Hello everyone from the news section of the Daily Map report prepared by the Pioneer team. In a moment, we will describe the latest developments regarding the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine on a map. According to the latest reports of local sources, the Ukrainian Armed Forces are continuing their offensive operations against Russian armed forces in at least 4 sectors of the front line. According to many sources, even if the Ukrainian army's counteroffensive has slowed down, it has put great pressure on the Russian army. So what are the latest developments in the region? Let's examine it together. Before we move on to our daily map report, I would like to make a little reminder to you. As the Pioneer, we continue to transmit to you the latest update on the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so as not to miss our daily map reports and agenda reports. You can also support us by using the super thanks button at the bottom of the video. The Pioneer reports. I would like to start today's map report with the latest developments on the Zaporizhia front line. The counterattack of the Ukrainian Armed Forces is continuing violently on the Zaporizhia front line. According to the latest reports, Russian troops in the region have suffered a large number of casualties during the recent attacks. Let's start with Robotin line first. As you may recall, the counterattack of the Ukrainian Armed Forces has been going on here for a long time. There have been numerous reports that the Ukrainian troops have increased their pressure in this region in recent days. According to the latest reports of local sources, the Ukrainian army, which is moving to repel Russian troops in the region, is conducting its attack along 2 lines, from the north and east of Robotin. During these recent attacks, the artillery elements of Ukrainian troops, in particular, inflicted heavy losses on Russian positions located in Robotin. There are no reports of progress yet. However, I think it is possible to say that a change will take place in this region in coming days. There are 2 important factors in us coming up with this agenda. One of these factors is the Ukrainian local resources in this region. Ukrainian sources often make reports on Robotin stating that the Ukrainian army is very close to getting results. According to many Ukrainian sources, the conflicts between Russian troops and Ukrainian troops have reached the outskirts of Robotin. But of course, these reports need confirmation. The other factor is the reports of Russian sources. Russian sources often share reports urging the Russian General Staff to take urgent measures about the region. Therefore, we can mention that the accuracy of reports of Ukrainian sources is high. In addition, Russian war blog authors also often share warning reports about Robotin. This region is important because the road to Berdyansk and Melitopol, which are important targets of Ukrainian army's counterattack, passes through the Robotin region. We will share the latest updates with you if the developments in the region become clearer. We are witnessing that Russian troops are also making counterattack attempts in the direction of Ostromayorsky, another important area located on the Zaporizhia front line. Let's first look at the Ostromayorsky region on our map. According to the latest reports of local sources, artillery units of Russian armed forces recently opened fire on Ukrainian positions located in Ostromayorsky. After the artillery fire, the Russian infantry took action and carried out an offensive against the Ukrainian infantry in Ostromayorsky. However, the Ukrainian infantry has significantly strengthened its positions in the region since the first day it captured the region. Therefore, the Russian troops were forced to retreat after the attack they launched against these positions failed. According to reports of local sources, the Russian attack forces suffered a large number of casualties during these attacks. Ukrainian Defense Ministry spokeswoman Hanna Maliar also has statements about the latest situation on the Zaporizhia front line. The explanation in question is as follows. Ukrainian units in the southern direction, mainly on the Zaporizhia front line, have already crossed the first line of defense of Russian troops. We are on the intermediate line right now. Our troops are continuing their operations against Russian positions. Zaporizhia front line is one of the regions that find the widest place in our map analysis reports. We think that in the coming days, we will witness more violent clashes between Ukrainian forces and Russian forces in this region. Now, I would like to continue our report with the latest developments on the Donetsk front line. Let's share the Donetsk front line first. Interesting developments are taking place in this region. Ukrainian artillery units have launched a significant missile attack on Russian positions in the city center of Donetsk. However, we will evaluate this attack in our reports on the agenda. In the map analysis report, we will evaluate the latest developments on the front line. Let's start with Mariinka region. According to the latest reports, troops of the Russian Armed Forces launched an attack with artillery support against Ukrainian positions and stations in the direction of Marinka. There are no reports of Russian troops making progress so far. Ukrainian defense forces in the area are reportedly guarding their fortifications. According to the latest reports of local sources, the attack of Russian troops are causing a large number of casualties. The area is relatively quiet frontline. The Ukrainian fortifications are quite strong. Russian troops in the region are expected to slow down offensive operations due to the heavy losses. Ukrainian artillery units are targeting Russian positions behind the front line. In particular, the regions where Russian armored vehicles are deployed are among the targets of Ukrainian artillery. Russian sources remain silent about the attacks of Ukrainian artillery units on Russian positions located behind the Donetsk front line. Now let's continue our report with the latest developments on the Bakhmut front line. Since the first day when the Russian armed forces captured the region, the Ukrainian armed forces have been continuing their attacks on Bakhmut. The strategy of Ukrainian army to encircle Bakhmut continues. According to the latest reports, the Ukrainian armed forces are largely maintaining their positions in Klishchivka, located south of Bakhmut. According to local sources, the Russian armed forces recently launched a counterattack against Ukrainian positions. But the Ukrainian troops in the area managed to repel the Russian attacks. The armed forces of Ukraine, on the other hand, carried out a series of offensive operations on the city center of Bakhmut, asserting from their positions in the direction Ivanivsky. It is reported that the Russian defense line in the city center of Bakhmut has been greatly softened. It is expected that the Ukrainian army's counteroffensive will increase in intensity in the coming days. We are witnessing that the northern front, which has been moving recently, has calmed down in recent days. However, this situation may change quickly in coming days. We will share with you if there are developments in the region. What do you think? Do you think the Ukrainian counteroffensive is slow? What are your thoughts on the latest developments on Zaporizhia frontline? What do you think about the statements of Ukrainian Defense Ministry spokesperson Hanna Maliar? Mention it in the comments. I'm reading and caring about all of your comments.